Hello, all my zebra spoony friends out there. It has been a long time since I've videoed. And I haven't even gone through my old videos, so I don't know what I said in the previous ones. I could be repeating some of this. I had initially thought that I was going to be doing these a lot more frequent, but as anybody with chronic or invisible illness knows, trying to get anything done fast, or any answers, or any tests, or any referrals, or anything at all in the medical system is seriously like winning the lottery if it ever happens. So it's just, some of these things have taken so long. I have referrals that are literally a year old at this point. Like, it is just insanity. So we're not going to go down that little chaos trip right now. Instead, I just wanted to kind of brief on some of the things that I've realized the most recently, which is, all this time I've talked about the vagus nerve and how important the vagus nerve is, the vagus nerve with your dysautonomia, your gastroparesis, all this jazz, which is true. I didn't lie, that shit was real. Okay, but now I'm figuring out part of why, at least for me, and I guess for a lot of other people, since Ehlers Danlos and dysautonomia, mast cells are the trifecta. The mast cells are attacking the vagus nerve. Yeah, shit got real. So, and not only that, they've been attacking everything. I thought I was one of the lucky ones when this started, in that I was not going to be affected with the mast cell. Like, I had read and seen other people in my support groups who were constantly having to go for IVs and antihistamines and just like all these crazy flare-ups, and I always kind of associated it with more of food allergies and like having skin rashes, which I don't have a lot of food allergies and I don't have skin rashes. So I was like, yeah, sorry suckers, I didn't get, at least I didn't get that bad. Yeah, haha, hell. Let's flash forward to a year later, and the progression is now very obvious. I've been having near anaphylaxis. I've been having ulcers in my mouth so bad that the skin peels off my lips and the roof of my mouth all the way down my throat. I have heat intolerance, so that when I sweat, the sweat will actually burn my skin. Yeah, so there's all these bajillion signs of what these mast cells have been doing, but some of the more recent things that I've been realizing as well is, going back to some of my first videos, I kept talking about this bad pain in my neck. My neck gets so jacked up and I can't move it, and there's like all this pain in my mastoid and my sternocleidomastoid muscles, and I didn't know why. Guess what it is? Mast cells. The mast cells are literally attacking my mastoid and causing inflammation and causing me a lot of ear issues, a lot of vertigo. So it's really kind of crazy finding out like just how many areas these mast cells take over. And like, I've known my stomach to swell up 3 times its size, my spleen. At the end of last year, to 2016, I was starting to have my first bouts of interstitial cystitis, which is always a telltale sign of having mast cell buildup and granulations. So now I'm realizing that it's actually affecting my mastoid. It's been affecting my adrenals since February of 2017. I had a huge adrenal crash. Slept for pretty much like 3 months straight. Gained weight. Oh my god. I've never gained weight like this in my life. Like, usually I couldn't break over 100 pounds, and it was always a struggle for me to gain weight. And then I was doing okay for about a year. I was staying about 102 if I was doing good. And then in 1 month I went from 102 to 109. I almost crapped myself on the scale at the doctor's office. I thought they were lying. I was like, oh, these people got a bad scale. I never weighed that. Like, I haven't weighed that since probably maybe 2008. So even when I've gained weight, it's only been like a pound or two, and then I get sick and I instantly drop it. So this, I wasn't dropping, and I haven't dropped it. And I've barely been eating, and I still haven't dropped it. And I'm still sleeping and dealing with this constant fatigue. And I mean, just horrendous chronic fatigue, you know, not being able to get out of bed, working on 1 or 2 spoons a day, if that. So, again, I'm starting to realize that a lot of this is the mast cells. And that's really what has been the culprit behind a lot of the gastroparesis and all of the breathing and the heart rate and the inflammations and all this crazy crap that's going on. Trying to get a doctor to see you for mast cell. Again, that's like winning the lottery. Good luck with that. I've seen 2 allergists who absolutely didn't even know what the hell I was talking about at all. They were just like, no, we deal with allergies. And I'm like, this is like histamines and the same, you know, cytokines and all that. So, I've just been trying to deal with the mast cell activation on my own, taking Neuroprotect, which is the mast cell stabilizer. That has really been the only go-to that I've had that stopped the degranulation that I had last year that was like 3 months long. So that's been really the only big wake-up call, is how much mast cells are playing into this. I start getting really bad, like my bones will actually hurt, like even touching any of my bones when I'm having a mast cell issue, my bones will actually hurt really bad. So I guess that is because of the buildup from the bone marrow. So if you are in the Ehlers Danlos dysautonomia mast cell cycle, if you think that you're not going to get those mast cells in a few more years when your progression really hits you, you just wait. Be prepared before it hits. Start learning about low histamine diets. Start seeing if you happen to be reactive to any foods, if you're reactive to heat, and start playing around and keeping records. I write down everything. I literally have a notebook. Look how decrepit this notebook is. Right. Okay, this thing goes back literally to 2013. I can go back and see what my blood pressure was. I can see what medications I was taking. I could see what damn referrals I had put in that hasn't been dealt with yet. And yeah, so keep a record of it, and I can guarantee you're going to start seeing an increase in your mast cells, and also the things that you may be triggered, that may be triggering the mast cells, don't stay the same. So you might have something trigger you for a while, and the next time it doesn't, and it could be something completely different. So it's just totally hit and miss right now, and it's been wearing me just completely out. So no great news, no great advice. Check your mast cells. Yeah, because that is probably going to be, if they haven't started hitting you full force yet, they will be. So yeah, I'm still alive, so that's a goodness, I guess. And I hope everybody is doing well and trying to keep your spoons as possibly replenished. I had to laugh saying this, possibly replenished as possible. So peace out.